Alright, what's up guys? So today's video is going to be all about the enabler, the enabling parent in a narcissistic family unit. So the enabling parent, they are extremely dangerous, more dangerous in some cases than the actual narcissist themselves. And today I'm going to run through with you about 7 phrases or 7 things that the enabling narcissistic parent will say to you. So we'll get into it. Number 1, the enabler will say, oh, the narcissist had a tough upbringing, you know, they had a tough backstory. And so even if they did, why does that excuse their poor behavior towards you? You know, why? Just because maybe they have had a hard upbringing, for what reason is that for abusive behavior towards you? You know, the second thing, so the enabling parent will say, oh, the narcissist didn't mean it, you know. And it's like, well, if they didn't mean it, why would they do it or say it? And why is it also that the narcissist won't apologize for what they've said or what they've done? And clearly it's because they don't have any remorse. They did mean it. They have absolutely no feelings of guilt or shame within them. And that's the truth. So the third thing that an enabling parent will say is that, oh, you know, I've never had that kind of problem with the narcissist before. You know, trying to minimize and dismiss an issue or a problem that you're having with the narcissist, as if they've never had that problem with that person before, which is, you know as well as I know, is a load of absolute garbage. So the fourth thing that the enabling parent will say or can say is, you know, things will get better. You know what the narcissist is like. Things will get better. It'll be all right. And that's a cop-out, because the narcissist will not get better. They are stuck in a cycle. They're stuck in a loop. There's patterns, reoccurring patterns. Everything just that goes around and round and round in big circles. So yeah, they might get better as they get to the top, and then they get really bad, and then they get really good, and then they get really bad, and it's just an endless loop, an endless cycle, which is the narcissistic abusive cycle that they are just stuck in. So, you know, just to get patient, you know what they're like, is what the enabling parent will say. Well, no, don't be patient, because they won't get better. It's all a cycle. It's just a big loop. Anyway, on to number 5. So, oh, you know, the narcissist takes care of your material needs. So, you know, maybe they help you with your, could be your job or your housing or your transportation. So, you know, the enabling parent will say things like, oh, you know, like they help you with this or they help you with this. You know, the narcissist couldn't really be that bad, could they? When, you know, you could be in a position where, you know, you did need help, and unfortunately you may have been forced, or you may have had to, in those instances, you know, receive certain types of help from your narcissistic parent. And so, you know, at certain times in your life, that may have felt like that was the only option you had at that time. And so that's why you did it, and that's why you made that decision. So the 6th thing that the enabling parent will say is, oh, you know, the narcissist, that they're still your parent. You know, you still have to remember that they're your parent. And sure, They might be your parent, but there's still no excuse for having to tolerate and have to put up with all the abuse. You know, regardless if it's a parent, a brother, a sister, an uncle, aunt, a really close family member, you should not have to put up with the emotional, psychological, sometimes physical abuse from these narcissistic individuals. There's absolutely no circumstances that you should or deserve to put up with the abuse that these individuals dish out, the punishment that they give. There's absolutely no excuse for it. It doesn't matter that they're your parent. It doesn't matter who they are. You do not deserve to put up with that type of abuse day in and day out. No one does. The seventh thing that the enabling parent will say is, you know, oh, it's in the past, so, you know, let's forget about it. Like, can't we just move on? And, well, sure, you could forget about it, which, I mean, you can't, but you could try to forget about it, and you can definitely move forward with your life. But you got to remember, the narcissist is stuck in the loop. So for them, everything is just a cycle. Everything is a loop. It's just a reoccurring pattern. Everything repeats itself over and over again. And so, you know, by the enabling parent saying, you know, let's just forget about it. Let's just, you know, what's done is done. What's in the past is in the past. Let's just move on. You know, sometimes they're forgetting that themselves, or they don't actually realize or know that themselves. And part of that reason can be is because the enabling parent is stuck in the trauma bond still. You know, and they could be stuck in the trauma bond even after having broken it off with that person or being away from that person for many, many years, you know, without even realizing it themselves. They can still be stuck in that trauma bond. And because the trauma bond is extremely difficult to break. And you do have to make a conscious effort to break it and detach from the narcissist in all aspects. You know, physically, financially, spiritually, psychologically, every single aspect, you have to learn to detach from the narcissist. And over time, in time, you will do it, you'll heal, and you'll become empowered, educated, and aware, and you'll feel like the strongest, but most galvanized version of yourself. That I can assure you of. So this video was basically all about the enabling parent and, you know, things that they may say. So be aware, this is definitely things that they may say. I'm sure you can resonate with what I'm saying. If you like today's video, if you could please like it, that really helps, you know, spread the awareness and spread the message so that other people can, you know, educate themselves and empower themselves as well. So if you could do that, that really helps the channel and the algorithm. If you could please, yeah, like it, share the video, that'd be great. And as always, have a great rest of your day or evening, wherever you are, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.